going on? How you guys doing? Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Just want to show you guys what they did in the Mets game today. This is just another example of how rigged this stuff is, right? So if you guys still have buddies out there, friends that are still in denial about sports games being rigged and scripted, you can show them this video and hopefully they can see that, everything that they are watching is just a deception. It's all ritualism. It's all players acting like athletes and acting like they're competing, but they're really not. And if they learn this thing called gematria, they'll be able to see through the rigging, just like we have been doing since we learned about this in 2017. If you guys notice, the Mets today, they beat the Twins 3-2, and they dropped them to 12-12 for the season, and they just ended their 12-game losing streak. And let me show you guys why that matters, right? This article came out yesterday. It says here that Mets, the curse of the Bambino, which is a play on the curse of the Bambino, which is a reference to the Boston Red Sox 86-year drought of not winning the World Series. And, of course, yesterday the Mets, they picked up their 12th consecutive loss. And yesterday also the Red Sox were playing the Yankees for the first time this season, right? So how convenient, right, for their 12-game losing streak to take place on the same day that the Boston Red Sox are playing the Yankees, the biggest rivalry in baseball. But notice what it says in this headline: Mets curse of the Bambino explained. Zoran Mamdani, who's the mayor of New York City, jokingly addressed his role in losing streak. And definitely he had a big role in this losing streak, believe it or not. But what the article is not going to tell you is how ritualistic this losing streak actually is and how it's synced up with his birthday. Because if you guys notice, he was born on October 18th. And from his birthday to today, the day that the losing streak ended, today is the 187th day of his age. And notice the phrase that they have emphasized, curse of the Bambino. Well, that phrase has gematria of 187, which is also a big number because Society of Jesus, the people controlling the sports games, Society of Jesus also has that gematria of 187, just like New York Yankees too, as well. And again, yesterday, the day that the Mets picked up their 12-game losing streak, the Yankees upsetted the Boston Red Sox on the road, becoming 6-4 away, when Boston Red Sox equals 64. That was a game that we also had on the Patreon. Congratulations to all the people on there. And thank you for your support, as always. But notice what else, right? So, we spoke about the 12-game losing streak ending today, right? The 12-game losing streak. That's a big number because Mets in gematria equals 12. If you guys are new to this channel, gematria is a simple practice of coding numbers into words. The English alphabet has numbers encoded in the language, which they never told us about because this stuff is being kept a secret because they're using it against us, really. And if you learn it, you'll see why these numbers are so important to these games and pretty much to the Illuminati. So notice Mets equals 12, right? That's why the Twins fell to 12-12 for the season against the team with the value of 12, the Mets. And this is why they also went on the 12-game losing streak. And notice who made the game. Notice the score was 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning. And they had Francisco Lindor score the second run for the Mets. And he made the game 1-2 after scoring the second run, like a 12. They had number 12 make the game 1-2 as the Mets were in a 12-game losing streak. And this run gave them the lead, and eventually they ended up tying the game. The Twins did, but the Mets scored again, making the game 2-3, and dropping the Twins to 12-12 for the season. Right, 12-12 for the season against a team with the 12 gematria. And notice also the Twins also picked up their 12th all-time loss against the Mets on the road. So not only do they become 12-12, they picked up their 12th road loss all-time against the Mets. The game was 1-2, and they had number 12, Francisco Lindor, their star player, make the game 1-2. If you learn the numbers, you understand how like what to look out for. This was an easy money. This was easy because somebody shout out to Jonathan Lee on the Patreon. He asked me like, what do you think about this losing streak? Do you think it's gonna continue beyond 12? I said, you know what? I think it's gonna end today. Because I know how important number 12 is to the Mets. You know, I didn't know about this. I saw that Zach Hubbard posted this on his blog, The Curse of the Bambinos, which made more sense of why it would end today, right on the 187th day of the mayor's age. But even before I saw this article about the Curse of the Bambino, I already knew that the 12-game losing streak was gonna end, especially when the Twins picked up their 12th win yesterday. So yesterday, the Twins picked up their 12th win and gave the Mets their 12th consecutive loss. And this all happened on April 9th. And guess what? Yesterday, when they picked up their 12th game losing, their 12th consecutive loss, it happened exactly 12 days after April 9th when the losing streak started. I mean, this stuff is just so ritualistic, and I don't know, they put it right in people's face, but I guess people, because they don't know gematria, they don't know the most important piece, it goes over their heads, right? So look at this. Obviously today the streak is over, right? But yesterday and 21 is just a reflection of 12. The losing streak began on April 9th. And from April 9th to April 21st, it's 12 days. And on April 21st, they picked up their 12th consecutive loss. The Twins picked up their 12th win of the season, and the Mets picked up their 12th consecutive loss. And then a day after this game, on the 187th day of the mayor's age, the Curse of the Bambino concludes. It ends. Their losing streak ends. And then the Twins picked up their 12th loss of the season, becoming 12-12 against the team with the 12th gematria. And then number 12 scores the second run to make it 1-2. I mean, if you guys think all this stuff is a coincidence, then I don't know what to tell you. But this is what they do every single day. Every single day. They're doing it right now as we speak. They're doing it right now in the NBA. They're playing number games. They're doing it in hockey right now. The hockey playoffs is on the way. They're doing it in baseball. I know there's still baseball games going on. They're doing it as we speak. Right now, notice the Rangers in Pittsburgh Pirates are 4-4. The game is tied 4-4. Well, Rangers equals 44. Right? If the Rangers lose, notice what their home record will be. If they lose, they'll become 4-4. Rangers equals 44 in this same gematria language system. There is a narrative for the Rangers, though. I'm not gonna act like it's a lock for the Rangers to lose today. I actually like the Rangers, to be honest with you, but we'll see what happens with that game. But anyways, yeah, this is what I'm saying. If you learn the system, you understand why these numbers are being put up on the screen. And notice maybe the Rangers are playing tribute to the Mets today, because if the Rangers lose, they'll become 12-12 in the biggest 12 ritual all day in baseball. It's easy to see, man. It just, it's hard to solve every riddle because every game has a different riddle. Not every game is going to be as clear as this one. Some of them are harder to see than others, but stuff like these are the games you got to put big money on because these is what I call the locks, I know people want locks every day, but every day we're not going to get a lock every day. Yeah, but this is how they're scripting the games, you guys. You guys have to wake up. These games, stop putting brown paper bags over your heads if you're still a Mets fan. You guys saw the Mets fans? Look, let me show you guys this. This is not, you're not supposed to be going through the games. You're not supposed to be going through this. Everybody in 2026 should be seeing through the scripting. Nobody should be putting a brown paper bag over their heads because their favorite team is losing 12 games in a row. You guys have to learn gematria and learn the numerical values of these letters and names of these teams. So that way you can understand what's really going on, Nobody should be looking like this. This is This is pathetic, especially in the age of technology. This stuff is out there for everybody to learn. Can you imagine me putting on this bag over my head? Man. Well, yeah, that's all I really wanted to show you guys. I wanted to make this a quick video. If you still have friends that are still in denial, I'm not gonna lie, I still have friends that are in denial, and there's nothing I can show them. And I'm pretty sure that's the same way for a lot of you. It don't matter what you show people, they're still gonna think that they're still gonna be, worshiping these paid actors on the screen. But whatever, you can't save everybody. But not everybody's stupid. You're gonna come across people who are willing to listen, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I sound like a broken record already. Saying the same thing over and over again. I mean, how many times we've covered Mets and 12 rituals? I mean, endless times. And this is how you can make money of this knowledge, right? Because knowledge does pay. By understanding the significance of the 12 and the gematria of Mets, you will know that it makes a lot of sense for them to end their 12-game losing streak on the day that the Twins can become 12-12 for the season. All right, but I'll leave it there. Good luck for the rest of the games. I do have the Rangers today. Hopefully, they can get past the Pirates. They're in a tough situation right now, but I like the Rangers to overcome and become victorious today. But we'll see, because there is a narrative for the Rangers to become 4-4 at home, because Rangers does equal 44. But I don't know. I like the other numbers behind that game, but we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Please hit the like, share the videos, and leave a comment, because the comments do help. They help put the videos in other people's feeds that you might watch or follow. All right, you guys, enjoy your Wednesday, and thank you for watching.